Good morning. Good morning and welcome everyone. Are we ready for this announcement? Can I get a big yeah? Yeah, we've got some South Africans in the house, which is very, very important because it will show you the gees, the spirit of what is coming to, a country we don't know yet. What's happening. I'll leave that special announcement to Scott O'Neill, but thank you so much for joining us this morning. My name's Katua Low, and I'll be ushering in this new era or part of this new era for LIV Golf and South Africa. From LIV Golf side and Stinger GC side, I would just like to welcome every one of you in this room, specifically the media, both online and in this room, because your voices matter. Telling the story and bringing golf to new audiences across the world, it matters. So thank you so much for being here with us. How it'll work today is we'll have a chat with these very important people on the top table today, which I'll introduce in the next little bit. And afterwards, we took the photos now, so well done for that, everyone. You were op it, we're on it, as we say in Afrikaans. And then we'll make this video available, as well as the transcript and as all the media kit that is needed to tell this story of this wonderful moment. If I can quote Shakira from Waka Waka, it is time for Africa. The last one big event like this we had in South Africa was the 2010 FIFA Club World Cup, or not the FIFA World Cup, not Club World Cup, and it really was a big unifier, and it was part of South Africa's DNA, and it brought all of us together. So I'm very, very excited to be here. I mean, they flew me in, guys, specifically for this. How cool is that? No, I'm joking. I actually work for them. I have to be here. Let me welcome the gents on the stage. I'm very honored to welcome Scott O'Neill, CEO of LIV Golf. The man's been working hard this week. And our Honourable Gayton McKenzie, Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, South Africa. Dankie meneer. We've also got Panyaza Lesufi, Premier of Gauteng Province, looking ready for summer. The weather's not really allowing that. And then we've got Stephen Lowe, CEO of Steyn City Properties. Thank you so much. And Louis Oosthuizen, Captain of Stinger GC. If you just put your hands together, because they've all been working incredibly hard to bring this all to life. And I know I've been teasing to it, and given what you are wearing now, Scott, I don't think there's any surprise, but I would like you to make this official announcement.
Well, a career, and I suppose a life, is really about the moments and the moments that matter. And I feel like this is one we have today. And we're here to announce that LIV Golf has made a multi-year commitment on behalf of the Premier and the Minister to go to South Africa. It's amazing. No, it's incredible. And in 2026, we will be there from March 20th to March 22nd at the club at Steyn City. Thank you, and thank you. It is one of these moments I don't think I'll soon forget. And I'll just go back a short 4 months, and I was with Louis and Charl and Dean and Gracie and Richard, their GM, and we were sitting over a dinner in player dining. And I was called to the meeting. I didn't know quite what we were going to talk about, and I remember hearing, well, we want to go to South Africa, and I said, go. We got a week off. No, they said, no, it's not. No. We want to play. We want to play. We want to go home. And it was one of those just like transformational moments, because what we see, what you don't all get to see, and what I get to see, is just the love and passion and feel that these four incredible human beings that happen to be world-class golfers have for their home country. They actually had the flag on the back of their kit, and you can't walk 5 minutes with one of them without hearing about a special memory or a special moment or a person that impacted their lives. And to understand the impact that they want to have on this next generation of golfers is nothing short of inspirational. It's nothing short of all it should be to be world-class in anything you do is what the Stingers, captained by Louis, represent. And then to have the chance to meet the minister, who's a force for good, a force for change, a force for economic development. And then just recently meeting the Premier, who has that same energy and love And I will tell you that old saying, you know, it truly takes a village to bring an event of this size and scope to a new location. And I will speak for myself in saying that meeting the minister in 5 minutes and speaking to Ross Hallett and Chris Bentley, two of my colleagues here, we knew instantly this is a place we want to be for a very long time. I'm humbled, I'm thrilled, and I will tell you that to the amazing country of South Africa, we bring an amazing group of people. We bring the best players in the world of golf, and we bring airplane flights, and we fill hotel rooms, and we fill restaurants. In Australia, just last year, we had $84 million US of economic impact. We also bring social impact. What you will see and hear from Louis and the incredible Stingers GC is how they want to impact the children. We do provide free tickets, of course, for children under 12 to go because we believe that matters. But it's the getting clubs in kids' hands. It's the helping in education. It's helping the world that we actually have the privilege to live in to be better and get better. We believe that the values of golf, humility, resilience, consistency, hard work, all those values that the world needs more of come through golf. And so the more people that can play, I think the better we'll be. The other thing I remember from that amazing meeting was it's not DNA, just RSA.
You'll be just fine in South Africa, Scott. Well done.
Well, golf is for everyone, and the tickets are priced that way. The tickets are on sale now, and we look forward to seeing you in South Africa.
Thank you so much, Scott. Now, over to Minister Gayton McKenzie. How are you feeling finally getting this over the line? We know you were in Korea. What wooed you? LIV Golf or Stinger GC, or was it a combination? How do we get this over the line?
No, thank you very much. You know, it's an incredible feeling. I'm sitting here with so many emotions. I come from a great country, and the greatest country in the world, in my opinion. And I think this would not have been possible. Let me start with LIV Golf. You know, LIV Golf has taken a step that I think is worth emulating for all the major sporting bodies around the world. LIV Golf understand that it cannot truly be called an international competition if it misses a continent. And I thought it's going to be very hard to convince LIV Golf that they have to go to South Africa. I can tell you, after meeting Scott, the CEO, after meeting Ross, I have nothing but praise for them. LIV Golf is in good hands. It's people that understand that we as Africans also deserve one of the greatest golf shows. I call it a show because this is not just a tournament, it's a show. And I want to tell South Africans that this is great for our economy, but this is also great for people spreading false rumors about our country. And you have Stinger GC. You know, I'm sitting here next to Louis. We worked many nights strategizing with Stinger. And I come across as a person that knows a lot about golf, where I would speak to LIV. And I remember Scott was shocked when he heard that I've never touched a golf stick. But that knowledge came from all the guys of Stinger. Louis, you guys are incredible ambassadors for your country. You don't forget South Africa. You are one of the greatest ambassadors of our country. And it came out in how you taught me, no, Minister, this is what we want to do. This would not have been possible. And let there be no doubt that I'll be rooting for Stinger. I'll be wearing nothing else, as you see today. And then I also want to just give praise to the Premier that instantly, when I came to see him, he instantly said, what do I need to do? He didn't say, what are they going to do for us? He says, what do I need to do? And in conclusion, when you come to South Africa, you know, people talk about Cape Town. Cape Town is a great, great city. One of the greatest cities you can go to. But very few people understand Gauteng, where you're going to. You're going to Gauteng. You're going to see the cradle of humankind. You're going to see the Big Five. You're going to see the deepest mine in the world. I mean, there's so many things for your kids to see. There's Gold Reef City. Like, you got to bring the whole family down to South Africa. To Gauteng, it is the city of gold. It is the city of golden things. You're just going to love the nightlife. You're going to love the day life. South Africa is a great country, and I'm glad that we're going to have 54 of the world's greatest golfers. You know, I want to bring honor to Bryson. He was the first golfer outside Stinger to come to me and say to me, you got to fight hard for us, Bryson DeChambeau. Thank you for telling me that you guys want to go there. And I just want to say to OG, we need to have another tattoo when we go to. Thank you so much, OG, for your help. And I'm really emotional. Thank you for making it less difficult. I've been in so many of these negotiations. But the management of LIV Golf, I've got no doubt in my mind that LIV Golf is going to grow. You're going to go places because of your attitude, how you treat people, how you speak to people, how you understand. And South Africans, you've heard, Scott stole my speech. I wanted to tell you about all the money they are bringing, what they've done in Australia. And I'm not going to say much about Australia, except that you know we're going to have more people than Australia there. And in Australia, my minister, my counterpart, the fight is on, the challenge is on. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Minister. Also, I know there are 5 people here, but this is not the big 5, hey? There are actual animals out there in South Africa.
One lion here, so it's sitting next to me.
Premier, I'd just like to go over to you because this is coming to Gauteng. You heard the massive cash injection and just the impact it's going to have in more than one way. What does it mean for Gauteng to host an international sporting event of this caliber?
To me, LIV Golf is not about golf or sport. It's about people. And where people are, the economy moves. And when the economy moves, it creates opportunities for all. And that's the exciting part of it. And I want to thank everyone that has been part of this thing. And I always tell people, there are only 2 provinces in South Africa. It's Gauteng and the rest. And they've chosen. And they've chosen Gauteng. And for that, we're excited. It's the economic hub of the country. We contribute more in terms of the GDP of the country. So we're more than excited. We are hosting the G20 Head of States Summit now in November. And next year, the big one, LIV Golf. It's real. It's unbelievable. It's in Gauteng. It's in Africa. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Let's push this economy. Oi, oi.
I love it. Thank you so much, Premier Panyaza Lesufi, rather. Now over to Louis. I mean, you feel the gees. It's happening. It's coming. You've been in negotiations with the Minister and LIV Golf and everyone. It must be quite a relief to get to this point. Louis, how are you feeling?
Yes, no, very excited about having the tournament in South Africa, everyone that was involved in doing this. I remember meeting Mr. McKenzie in Korea for the first time, and I think the idea there was just for him to introduce him to LIV, and all of a sudden he's like, "No, we're coming to South Africa in 26." I'm like, "Okay, this is really happening." So, but to everyone involved, you know, the Stinger management, LIV, you guys, it's unbelievable to make this happen. I can't wait to see the faces of 10, 11, 12-year-olds watching golf in South Africa, seeing their heroes play, Phil, Bryson, Brooks, all these guys. So it's going to be a massive thing for our country and to grow the game.
And just in terms of, you've got the South African flag or a version of it draped around your shoulders, but what does it mean to have that South African support out there when you're playing? Like, how does it feel to play at home versus other places?
It's different at home. I mean, we got good support here this week, but at home, everyone supports you. So I think if there's guys that's not going to support you in South Africa, they're probably going to be kicked out. But
I can assure you.
but yeah, the gears will be unbelievable, and I'm definitely keeping this today because looking at the weather, I might need this. But yeah, we're very excited, and it's been something close to the 4 of our hearts to bring a LIV Golf tournament to South Africa, and just very excited.
That's lekker. So we'll see Louis in his vellies, which is a felt schoen. You'll get to know it when you come to South Africa very soon. And then Stephen Lowe, welcome. Well done. It's coming to Steyn City. I see CEO of Steyn City Properties, but it's happening in Gauteng at your venue. And how does that feel?
I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And I think the Premier and the Minister and everybody said it already, but we're also incredibly humbled. You mentioned that as being one of the values, and we feel incredibly humbled. First of all, that it's coming to South Africa. That was a massive win. The fact that it's in Gauteng, even better. And for us personally, to have been awarded the privilege of hosting this at Steyn City is an incredible honor. So I'd just like to thank you, Scott, you and your entire team, for putting your faith in us. And then Mr. Mackenzie and our Premier, to be able to bring this to South Africa is just incredible, and well done to you. Really amazing.
And tell us about the club. What do you think makes it a good fit for LIV Golf? You've obviously seen LIV Golf in action now. Yesterday, we saw you in the suite. Thanks for drinking the Castle Lights. We appreciate it. But how's it been?
It was a bit of a hardship drinking those Castle Lights. It's much bigger than I could ever have imagined. I mean, you see it on television, you see it on YouTube, but until you're here and you actually experience it, you just don't know what the vibe and the energy and what LIV Golf is actually about. And as the Minister says, I don't think it's only golfers that come, and that struck me yesterday when I was here as well. I think this is really what presents the massive opportunity for us, is that it's going to bring youngsters through. And Louis, I think you and your team in particular are going to have such a big role to play in this. You're right. I think every South African is going to want to come and watch you play, and it's just going to inspire a whole new generation. What makes it important for us, I think, at Steyn City, we're in the heart of Gauteng. So very close to all the transport nodes, so very easy for our international visitors to fly in and get to Steyn City. A good infrastructure, good road network, a second airport, so locals are going to be able to get in very easily into our facility. So I think the location's really good. And then for the players and their families, I've seen the awesome logistics involved in certain courses. Once they've checked into Steyn City, that's it. They can chill, they can focus on their game, and their families can focus on having fun. We're a family-orientated lifestyle estate, very, very safe, with wonderful things to do. So we're looking forward to hosting all our players and administrators at Steyn City.
Thank you. If I could, I might just add, there are very few courses that can handle tens of thousands of fans every day. And we're very fortunate to partner with the RNA and agronomy, and oftentimes work hand in hand. And we look forward to that journey to embracing, developing, and making sure that the world gets to see and experience a world-class golf course. So thank you very much.
Yeah, just before we get to the media questions, both in the room and that have been pre-submitted online, Stephen, just in terms of the course, what can players expect?
So it is a Nicholas design course. So obviously, Mr. Nicholas loves his bunkers. So there are lots of bunkers. It's just over 7 kilometers long, but for these amazing players, that's not really a test anymore. So we're going to have to toughen it up a little, we think. We're going to have to grow in the fairways a little, make them a little bit narrower. And I think for a lot of the players on this tour, they're not always used to playing on kikuyu grass. And you can get that nice and juicy. So we're gonna make the rough tough for them, and I think it's going to be a premium to be hitting the fairways. But we also want to see birdies and eagles. So I think it's going to be a little bit of everything. So we are working with Scott's team. They've been out already to come and inspect the course, and we've got 9 months to prepare. And we want this course to be absolutely spectacular by the time the players arrive.
Well, there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those in the room, do we have any questions? Mike?
Thanks. So Louis, it's 3 years ago this month you started this journey with LIV, and you guys won, swept the podium on the individual. I just was curious, was that a dream from day one to get to this point now where you're going to be able to play in your home country?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this has been since the first year we played, the 4 of us. it started in 23, I think, beginning of 23, the four of us started talking about how we ever going to get this to South Africa, and I think the talk started then on how can we do it. But you know, it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff to do, and it became a lot easier when we had the support from a lot of people, and Mr. Mackenzie has been unbelievable, his team, and then LIV came on board, and then the wheels started really rolling, and that was you know, this year. So it was always a massive thing. I think at a stage there in 24, we probably thought, I don't know if this is going to happen, if we're going to be able to do this, and then you know, it sort of overnight happened, and I think it's still a shock to me, like thinking when I'll watch this afterwards to just realize that it's actually coming to South Africa. But yeah, we are very excited.
Any other questions? OG, the tattooed man.
Two questions for Scott and the Minister. Scott, I guess LIV, as the Minister said, is a global league. What does it mean to be going to the African continent for the first ever time for LIV Golf?
Well, I mentioned before, this is a real special moment. We fashion ourselves as the F1 of golf, and with that comes quite a responsibility. You know, first off, that it's more than just golf. You come here and you'll find music and concerts. There'll be art, there'll be dances. It's a special experience. The other responsibility we have is to make sure that golf is not squirreled away in one corner of the world, and that we can take world-class golfers everywhere in the world. And the rich history and tradition of golf and the golf legends of South Africa and the extraordinary players we have from South Africa here makes it the perfect opportunity to do that. Something the Minister said really struck me is this is an experience. It's a festival. And everyone is welcome. And you come to our events and you'll see 40% of our attendees are women. That's very unusual for a golf event. We have families. We're about 15 years younger on average than most golf events around the world. And you'll walk today, as we walk today, and there'll be parents with strollers. There'll be packs of young women. Young women under 18 is the fastest growing segment of new golfers in the world today. What an amazing opportunity to take those values of golf and inspiring the next wave of young women golfers. So I will say that this is an experience like no other, and we cannot wait to be on the continent.
Minister, this, I guess, is right up the alley of your department because it's not just about sports, but you're the Minister of Arts and Culture as well. From that viewpoint, how will South Africans get to benefit, and what can we expect from your department on that level?
Well, you know, it's OG, I'm not only the Minister of Sport, but I'm also the Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture. So when I had dinner with Louis and the team, and they were taking me through the motions of what LIV is about, I said, okay, fine. But what I experienced in South Korea, I was in a hurry. I said, I didn't want to stay there. I wanted to go back home to get a ball rolling. I left the Saturday. I was like, I've seen enough. I need to go and get the ball rolling. LIV is, I don't even think LIV is ready for what they're going to experience in South Africa. You know, I'll tell you a story, OG, quickly. I was in Brazil, and I was sitting with some Brazilian ministers and ministers from other countries. And we were talking about which World Cup was the best. And none of them mentioned South Africa. And I said, excuse me? And the waiter that was serving us, we asked him, are you a football guy? He said, yes. So I asked him, which World Cup do you think was the best? He says, I said, all right. He says, I think, let me think more. I said, all right, give me any World Cup song of all the World Cups that you've attended. And he said, Waka Waka, yeah. So South Africa brings the vibe. I think LIV is meeting the spiritual brother in South Africa. Because what we are going to show LIV, we're going to take this great product and even make it greater with our dancing, with our drums, with our music, and putting the South African flavor on top of this already great flavor. LIV Golf is nothing what you hear. It's everything what you're going to feel. Thank you.
Any other questions? Sorry, that was a great line there. I hope someone's going to quote that.
The invoice will follow up.
Lynn, News 24.
Yes, I have two questions. The one is maybe for, I don't know if it's for the minister or Steyn City, but I wanted to know, obviously, Stephen, you spoke about the upgrades and infrastructure and just the renovations. Obviously, that comes with a cost. Who is footing that bill, and does it come from the government? Does it come from Steyn City, sponsorships? What is the deal? Yeah.
So we've had a very long-standing relationship with the province of Gauteng, and for many years, when we started our development, we've had public-private partnerships with Gauteng and the Premier's office. So that'll continue. I mean, we've built road infrastructure, we've put in water infrastructure. Steyn City isn't just about the community of Steyn City; it's about our surrounding community as well. So everything that we seek to do there, we seek to uplift our local community. And also in speaking to Louis about their wonderful foundation, we think there are going to be so many great touch points around how we can work with the Steyn City Foundation, the Stingers Foundation. I'm sure Liv would like to get involved as well. So all these things are collaborative, they're partnerships, and that's how we've approached this. So all details have not been worked out. This is very fresh, but the relationship so far has been amazing. And I think with that attitude of and willingness to work together, we're going to find solutions to any of the challenges that might crop up.
Just one more. I wanted to ask Scott, obviously, and I've asked the minister about this last week, about ticket prices. Obviously, it's a major thing in South African sport at the moment, because obviously not all South Africans can afford, because of the wage gap and everything. But I wanted to know, do you have a strategy on that, and how do you make it so that all South Africans can be involved, whether poor or rich?
Sure. They're actually on sale now, about $20 US. But the translation of that in your currency is
$20 is around 400, between 400 and 600.
I travel quite a bit. I'm not sure what kind of currency. I literally have 9 currencies in my pocket right now. So, yeah, about $20. We think it's very affordable. Children under 12 get in for free. And the idea is that golf is for everyone. And we want to make sure that the experience of watching golf hopefully contributes to some picking up a golf club and playing.
Can I just add there, please? Scott has been traveling a lot, as he says. I saw the ticket prices. We negotiated that. It's more $30. It's more $30. It's very affordable. Very affordable. It comes up to around 600 rand. It's very affordable, and I can tell you it was a big part of our discussions with LIV, and they have truly being very accommodative for that price for South Africans. If you can compare to other countries, and also the fact that they added the fact that children under 12 is free. So it's a family affair. As you can see here, there's families coming. So I want to say to South Africans, the tickets are on sale. We know South Africans, we always like to buy last minute. Let's not make that mistake this time. Let's go and get our tickets. It's $30 around, and it is for the whole family. And just on one point there, it is going to showcase our local artists. It's going to showcase our local dancers. Fashion is also very high here. It LIV, so fashion is also part of what South Africans love. So the price for me, I can tell you, thank you, Scott, for coming down and being accommodative with the price.
They also include at least one concert, big concert. Which we're not announcing yet.
Yes,
but we also on site will have a concert or two, Friday and Saturday night typically, yes. And that will be part of the show.
It's part of your ticket price. In South Africa, you pay more for a concert alone. So you sometimes pay more for golf. But now you have a combo happening. And it's going to be very affordable. And I've been to the concert. I've seen the stage being set up here. South Africans, we are in for a treat. Thank you.
Any other comments from the room or questions from the room? All right, we'll move on to the pre-submitted questions. This is from John Goliath, Independent Media, for Scott. Was it a tough decision to choose a host venue for this event?
It's always, I mean, there's so many moving pieces and factors in selecting and working with markets, in selecting venues, in selecting the city in countries. And fortunately, Ross Hallett, my colleague who's back here somewhere, leads that quite a bit. And he's very excited about Steyn City. We also have Chris Bentley as one of our colleagues who is here as well, who lives in the market, which is nice. And so it's very nice, you know, and as we, this is a truly global league. This is our 5th continent we'll play on in 2026. And so, you know, the more, it's a very global league, but the more we're here, the more we understand how important it is to be local. And Chris has a lot of confidence in this man right here and the club at Steyn City. Nicholas Design, as he mentioned, has hosted very big events along the way. I believe European Tour, I believe Sunshine Tour events as well. So it's got great experience. It can hold the crowds. We have outstanding leadership and a wonderful partnership.
That's amazing. And now from Michael Sherman, IOL, for Mr. Gator McKenzie, what will bringing a LIV Golf event to South Africa do for the development of the sport in the country?
I think the uncomfortable truth about this great sport called golf is that it has not truly broke through to the poorest of the poor or the underprivileged in our country and the masses of black people. Golf is still seen, unfortunately so, despite the hard work that the people that's involved in golf has tried, but they've not truly made it a sport for everyone. It is still seen as an elite sport in a country of 60 million people. It's an expensive sport. And when it was Little Sticks and Golf LIV Impact that don't only speak about the tournament, but it speaks about CSI to the max. LIV Impact wants, when they leave, they want to leave an impact behind. And that is what, when Louis told me that is what got me to say this is more than just golf. It also showcases our talent. We're also going to have headliners, which we've discussed, which is still a surprise. But this is one of the biggest headliners in the world that will play and perform. But that headliner will perform with local artists, which will also give local artists exposure. So if there's any, if I have 500 choices to bring anything to South Africa regarding sport, I will choose LIV each and every time because of what LIV represents. Thank you.
Thank you. And this is for Louis. I know you said you are very excited about it coming to South Africa, but on the course, I know you've not played at Steyn City before, but what have you heard and what are your thoughts around Steyn City and the course?
Yeah, I've heard great things. I know that tournaments has been played before. I spoke a little bit to Stephen yesterday, and I know Chris is going to be on it as well. But I think, we do have the famous Kikuyu out there, and I think if we can grow a little bit off that and make it a little tighter where those long guys hit it. I don't need it that far anymore, so I want to make it so it fits me a little better. but yeah, we don't just want to have a Bombers and Birdies festival. We want a little bit.
You might want to check with Dean on that.
No, I know
Dean is a bomber.
I know, but we'll set it up. We'll try and set it up fair, but tough. And I know we're going to do some good work together. Dean is going, I think, in the next few weeks. He's going to visit there. I'm going to make a visit when I go back to SA as well, just to see, what we're dealing with. But it's a Nicholas design, so it will be a great layout. And I'm looking forward to spice it up a little bit.
Thank you so much, Louis. And this is van Marnus Kok, Netwerk 24. Also for Mr. Mackenzie, I guess you've sort of answered it, but maybe do you think this will be the biggest golf tournament in South Africa? And I quote here, since the President's Cup in 2003.
Yes.
It will be.
Oh, you just fall in, Scott.
Yes.
Do your thing.
I want to say it in 2 languages because that's an Afrikaans media. Ek verstout my om te sê dit sal groter is as die President's Cup. It's going to be the biggest, undoubtedly. This is the biggest golfing tournament, not in South Africa. This is going to be the biggest golfing tournament in Africa. I can tell you now that there's going to be nothing bigger. And the year thereafter, it's just going to grow from strength to strength. So let me not be misquoted. That's why I want to speak the language of the readers of that paper. Dit gaan die grootste toernooi ooit wees. Daar gaan niks groter is as hierdie toernooi nie. Dit gaan groter word en groter word en groter word. Dit is die beste toernooi. There is nothing bigger that's going to come down. LIV Golf is going to change and rewrite the rules of golf in the world, and it's going to happen in South Africa. What you've seen in, South Korea, what you see in Australia, is nothing compared to what you're going to see in South Africa. No DNA, just RSA.
In case you're wondering what groter means, it just basically means bigger and bigger and bigger 5 times over. So groter en groter en groter in Afrikaans, one of our 12 official languages in South Africa. You're welcome. One more question, and this goes, sorry, but it's back to you, mate. Can you speak to any planned investment into South African golf infrastructure, the youth development, community initiatives tied to LIV Golf's potential expansion into the region? Maybe, Panyazi, you can also step in there.
Yeah, but the Premier will just add there, but I just want to say what we're going to do as government, we are going to get involved with the Stingers. They have what they call the foundation. We are going to get involved and help but I must also salute corporate South Africa that has reached out. Corporate South Africa has reached out to make golf bigger and to work with us on this. And we are channeling all of that through the foundation. Because the plans that the Stinger boys, all 4 of them have for the country, we've been speaking extensively with Richard, the manager, and saying, how do we grow golf? And we realized that there's going to be clinics in Khayelitsha, there's going to be clinics in El Rado Park, there's going to be clinics in Alexandra. We're going to just the corporates are willing to put money behind us, and we're just going to work together with everyone to make golf. There's not going to be us and them. We're going to work together because at the end of the day, we must put country first. Panyaza?
Premier?
You know what excites me about Steyn City? The story of Steyn City will now be known worldwide. Steyn City is nothing else but a private-public partnership. It came purely because private sector and government came together and say, here is a development that we need to grow. And now that it's going to host this tournament, it's just exciting. Even though we are hosting it as Gauteng, but we really believe we're hosting it on behalf of the country. We are also going to make it possible for other provinces, especially young children, to come to understand this sport. I'm here with our provincial minister of sport. From here, we are announcing every Wednesday in our schools in Gauteng is golf day. Every Wednesday until the tournament kicks in, so that we plant it inside the school premises so that the young ones can take advantage of the free entry that we have. So we're having golf every Wednesday in Gauteng in our schools as a build-up to this important activity. To us, this is big. This is what we need.
We need that in our office. I will say also we've talked quite a bit with the Premier and the Minister just about the platform. And the platform is, we're in 900 million homes around the world for television. So as you think about a commercial for tourism for South Africa, as you think about for Steyn City, the club at Steyn City, as you think about the beauty, you talk about seeing the Big Five, how do we showcase all that's wonderful about South Africa, all that's wonderful about this course and this region, so that more tourists can come over time. In terms of our ability to drive change in a market, it's who we are. You know, we talk about three things when we're together. We talk about how do we put more clubs in kids' hands? And so what kind of training, development, and skill set can we use the education system as a way to use golf to help? We talk about sustainability. You'll be well versed in this very shortly, but we always leave courses better than we found them in terms of sustainability around water and energy. And then the third is a refugee program that we have, which may or may not be applicable in your market, but we work through the UN. So in those three markets, when we come into a market, and particularly a new market, we cannot wait to engage. But for my first love is the kids and more of them playing golf.
Well, thank you so much, Scott, Louis, Minister, Premier, Stephen, thank you so, so much. We cannot wait to bring it. If I just, Shakira again, it's time for Africa. So, hier gaat ons. Thank you so much. There's another saying in Afrikaans, which Driekus du Plessis coined. Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie means you don't know what we know, but you will know next year in 2026. So, thank you so much. And once again, congratulations, Liv and Stinger GC.
Wonderful job, too. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.